safety and courtesy, please silence your cell phones. Before the service begins, I'd like to direct your attention to the emergency exits and other features. They're in the back. Look for the red or the green sign over the doors. There are exits on each side of the bema behind the curtain. There's also exits at the back of the social hall, at the side of the sanctuary where you came in, front door. There's a fire extinguisher and an AED right over there. And I'm sorry, that's a fire extinguisher in the first aid kit. The AED and the fire extinguisher is in the hallway. See, that happens when you don't come here for 4 or 5 weeks. Please look now for find the exits closest to you. And in the event that we might have to evacuate, we'll meet in the southwest corner of the sanctuary. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Parking lot. A lot of practice.
Shabbat Shalom. It's good to be with you, and it's always an opportunity on Shabbat for us to take a little bit of a breath and to be present and to kind of let go of the week in different ways, and to be together and to celebrate being together. This Shabbat, we also begin the celebration, which continues tomorrow, of Jake and Ava and Olivia as they celebrate becoming B'nai Mitzvah on this Shabbat. And we were just talking earlier, so they'll be helping lead some of our prayers this evening. And we're going to get started as soon as we're ready with he. He was up there a few minutes ago. Yeah, I know.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov, umanayim, shevet achim, gam yachad. Hine matov, umanayim, shevet achim, gam yachad. Shalom aleichem. Shalom aleichem. Salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem. Salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem. Salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem. Salam aleikum.
How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day.
How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day. turn to pages 2 and 3 in our prayer books, in our Sidurim, and I'd like to invite, I guess 3 are already up here, so it's really just inviting Jeff and Nicole to join us on the bima, and the 3 of you can stand and join them over here as we kindle our Shabbat lights. I invite everybody who can comfortably do so to please rise. You're going to read first in English, and then let's turn this on, so you can have a light. It's on. Go ahead.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled lights, so may we, in our own way, be among those who kindle lights.
Okay, who's got a light?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Seats over here, and you can go to your seats down there. We've been lighting an additional candle for those who can't light Shabbat candles, our third candle, those who have been held hostage, those who have been killed and not returned to their families, and so we continue to kindle light for them. We're going to turn to pages 20 and 21. Before we enter into Lechadodi, it's our custom to take a moment for Hazarat HaShavua, for a review of the week. And we will just take a moment to pause and to think about each day, maybe go back to last Saturday and just spend a couple of seconds on each day, think about its blessings and its challenges. And then we'll come back together and welcome Shabbat with Lechadodi. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we get to verse 9, I'll invite those who are comfortably able to do so to rise and face the doors from which we entered to welcome the Shabbat presence and what the tradition calls our neshama yetera, the extra soul, the extra soulfulness that travels with us during Shabbat into the congregation and into our hearts. For those of you at home, welcome. Always good to have you there. And turn toward the doors of your home when we get to verse 9 to let the Shabbat infuse your home as well. Lechadodi 20 and 21.
Lechadodi likrat kala לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקבלה, שמוע וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקבלה, לקראת שבת לכו ונלך, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נפסוקה, לשם מבשר במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקבלה. Number 5, התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורי, אורי, 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 ידברי, כבוד אדוני
עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקבלה. Please rise and face the doors. Boi v'shalom, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקבלה. We continue on page 26 with Chatzi Kaddish.
Israel. Yarichu. Le'ela Niko Birchata, B'Shirata. Tush B'chata B'Nerev Shamata, Da'amirim Bon B'Yoma, V'Yimeru. Amen.
Turn the page. Just read Baruch together. You can read with me. Hebrew and then in English. Okay, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever.
Oh, am I awake? Am I prepared?
It's on your song sheet.
Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Do you understand? Oh, am I awake? Am I prepared? La da 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 da.
As we transition here, I want to invite those who are out now. You can come in, find some seats, and we'll continue with the last 3 lines in the Hebrew on page 30, El Chai V'Kayam.
El Chai V'Kayam, Taminim Lo Chaleinu L'Olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Amariv, Aravim.
We are on page 34 and 35. Okay, and we're going to, with Shema Yisrael, we're going to read first, and then we're going to sing the words together.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod, Hemakuto, Leolam Va'ed.
Hear, O
Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God, glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
We continue on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושינתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשכבך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We turn to page 40. We are almost there. Almost there. This week in our Torah reading, you'll hear more about this in a little while, but we have the last 3 plagues. Last week we had the first 7. This week we have the last 3 of the plagues. And so we are getting ready. We're not quite leaving Egypt yet, but we're getting ready. As I mentioned a little last week, that this story is a part of every service, actually of every kiddush too, at every holiday. Zecher Letziat Mitzrayim. We remember the exodus from Egypt. We remember the celebration as we join in the words of Micha Mocha, page 40.
Start out with a little bit of a nigun, a little bit of lie-die-die. Goes like this. Emar Kivad Adonai et Yaakov Ugalo miad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael.
Amen. So there are a few talitot spread around. There are some more in the lobby. But particularly if you're here with your child, it's become our custom for this service each month to, as we ask God to shelter us with a sukkot shalom, a shelter of peace, to hold talitot over the heads of our kids, over the heads of our children, and we'll sing Hashkivenu. Again, the English words are on your song sheet. The Hebrew text is on page 42.
Good move after that.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. Ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings. Shelter us beneath your wings. Oh Adonai, guard us from all harmful things. Oh Adonai, keep us safe throughout the night. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Oh Adonai, Amen. 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 Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. Ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim Shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim Shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Tali tot away. We continue on page 44 with Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asod et HaShabbat L'dorotam Ritolam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Asod et HaShabbat L'dorotam Ritolam
Vein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafat Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asod et HaShabbat L'dorotam Ritolam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat. We turn to page 46 for our Amidah, Avot, and Givorot. I invite everybody who can comfortably do so to please rise. And Jake and Ava and Olivia will lead us.
Adonai sefatai tiftach uvi argite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may
Declare your praise. Page 48. Page 50. Hakol, page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Please take a few moments for silent prayer for the text of your own heart or the words of the prayer book through 62, 63. When you're through, you may be seated.
Bottom of page 62. Oseh shalom bimroma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yoshet Hevel. Oseh shalom bimroma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimroma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol Yoshet Hevel. Oseh shalom bimroma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
A Jewish tradition speaks frequently about the gift of memory. In fact, to have your memory, the memory of you blotted out, is one of the strongest curses in the Jewish tradition. This week's portion, after the three plagues that we have, the last three plagues, it then jumps into the commandments to observe Passover, commandments to observe Pesach. And while it may seem strange to read about Passover in the Exodus in the wintertime, that's when we read about it. Then we do it again at the Seder in the spring. But as I said last week and a little bit when we did Michamocha, each holiday and Sabbath are to be observed as a memorial to the Exodus from Egypt. So we actually think about the Exodus from Egypt multiple times in every week, at least those who are going through the liturgy multiple times in a week. And Passover is the prime example of the importance that Judaism places on memory. It is in this week's Torah portion that we read the words, "This day shall be to you one of remembrance." And this is what it also says. "And this shall serve to you as a sign on your hand and a reminder on your forehead, in order that the teachings of Adonai may be in your mouth, that with a mighty hand Adonai freed you from Egypt." So what are the Jewish memories we carry with us? Some remember Eastern European grandparents, stories of the old country, the smells of grandma cooking in the kitchen, maybe attending services with parents or grandparents, learning the alphabet, Hebrew school, Jewish summer camp, apples and honey, standing under the chuppah, Passover seders, lighting Shabbat candles. Others have only more recent memories, attending their first service, taking an Intro to Judaism class, celebrating a Jewish holiday. Memories are the raw materials from which we construct self. Without a history, there's no understanding of the present and no dreaming of the future. Our lives are made up of our experiences and our responses to the memories of those experiences. And without memory, without a recollection of what has come before, we have no real relationships, no real identity, no real possibility for growth, because we cannot learn from our mistakes or our achievements. And if it's through personal memory that we build self, it's through shared memory that we create community. Shared memory connects us to one another and allows us to relate to one another on common ground. In 1990, I was spending the year abroad in Israel when the Gulf War broke out. And I was issued my gas mask and created a sealed room in my apartment as the government had directed. And during Scud missile attacks, I would sit in my sealed room with my gas mask on until I heard the all cleared signal. And Israelis and tourists all around the country were doing exactly the same thing. As a matter of fact, my first azakah, my first alarm during that war, I was actually seeing a movie in the movie theater, Reversal of Fortune. That's what I was seeing in the movie theater in Jerusalem, and the alarm went off, and they had us all move into another auditorium in the movie theater, which the whole auditorium was a sealed room, and all the tourists put on their gas mask, and a few of the Israelis did. We sat there until the all clear sign went off, and then we went back and they started the movie, and we continued the movie on the other side. So that was a side note. That wasn't written here. I don't know where that came from. All right. I remember one particular night when we were a number of attacks, and I had to wake up and put my gas mask on like 4 or 5 times during the night. And the next day, the whole country was in a stupor from a lack of sleep. And somehow the group exhaustion reinforced the fact that we were all in this together. And there was something reassuring. And in a strange way, it brought us, the country, closer together. And occasionally I run into other Americans who were in Israel at that time. People I have, excuse me. My coughs tend to linger. People I have never met. As we begin to talk, we share our memories of that time. We find ourselves opening up as if we'd been friends for years. Some of you may have had similar experiences. You meet someone and you find you have a common history, a common story. And immediately you feel close to them. You discover you both attended the same elementary school, or you both went to the same Jewish summer camp, or were married by the same rabbi. Shared memories help us to connect to one another. And we have many ways that we try to preserve our memories for ourselves and our children. We keep old documents, we collect photos of grandparents and great-grandparents, we create photo albums and scrapbooks and videos and family trees. We retell the stories of how our families came to this country, how we got our names, why certain values are important to us. When my son Sam was born 24 years ago, we named him after my grandfather, Samuel Franklin. And while Sam never knew his great-grandfather, through the stories we tell about him, about his determination, about his positive attitude, and his love for family, the lessons and values he lived and taught continue to be passed on. Far too often we neglect these family stories, these family legacies which have so much to teach us. A connection to the generations and to the values that have been passed down helps us understand who we are. As parents, it's our responsibility to provide safety and shelter and nourishment for our children, and it's also our responsibility to provide them with rich memories. The power of memory helps add meaning to our lives. And Jews have always been great promoters of the importance of memory, particularly collective memory. Like the albums and scrapbooks we create, our sacred text and our holiday celebrations are the repository of the collective memories of our people. I believe that Jewish continuity depends on Jews, on all of us, sharing in communal memories, the textual memories of our people. Our tradition has known from the beginning, and we say at the Passover Seder, Bechol dor vador chayav adam lirot et atzmo keilu hu yatsa mitzrayim. In every generation, each person must see themselves as if they personally came out of Egypt. If we can place ourselves in the text, it becomes not just our people's story, but ours. Our story as well. And this way it has the potential to have a greater impact on the way we live our lives. Our tradition teaches that the stranger should be to us as the native, since we were strangers in the land of Egypt. We know what that's like. If we're to be successful as a Jewish community, if we're to create rich Jewish life for generations to come, we must be memory makers, even performing basic Jewish rituals. You're here. Thank you for being here. Attending services, saying the Shema at night as a family, lighting Shabbat candles, spending time in a sukkah, blessing your children. All of these things create memories at many different levels. We may create warm feelings of being together as a family, as a community. When we light Shabbat candles, we're connected to Jews all over the world, not just today, but in the past and in the future too. And we enable ourselves to be elevated by the richness and depth of our tradition. Each Jewish act has an impact beyond the people involved in it, because it becomes one more building block in our collective memory. Some have memories of baking challah, lighting Shabbat candles, searching for the afikomen, and they help us feel a kinship with each other, even though we may have never been together when these acts were performed. Jewish memories give us rootedness and connectedness and that special feeling of belonging, which we are all looking for in one way or another. And if there are some of you out there who are thinking, hey, I'm new to this, I don't really have any Jewish memories, then I would say it's never too late to begin to make them. Begin with one thing. You're here. You did it. Attend a service, light candles, attend a Seder, and build from there. So let us all be memory makers as we move forward and create a rich life and a rich tapestry, not only for ourselves, but for the Jewish people as well. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to turn now to page 253. As we turn our thoughts to all of those in our lives, all of those in our community, all of those in the world in need of healing, of body, of mind, of spirit. We'll share names from our communal list, but you'll all have the opportunity to add names as well. And for those of you who are online, you can share names in the chat with others in the online community.
Abraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Rachel veLeah, Hu Yevarech et HaCholim.
El Na Rifana La.
El Na Rifana, El Na Rifana La, El Na Rifana, El Na Rifana Lo.
We ask for blessings upon Rebecca Gilman, Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Toback, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Pam Poliakoff, Kathy Blumenfeld, Caitlin Antrim, Jennifer Rudin, Brad Holland, Serena Postal, Robert Strober, Joan Morse, Nomi Kravitz, Lori Snyder, Cherita Razadeh, Mike Klein, Joel Beasy, Rita Warshaw, Robert Gerard, Adele Harris, Brenda Found Gerard, Jan Marcus, Marla Fergoso, Al Shapiro, Jelf Nelson, Robert Waldman, Barry Gustafero, Udique Gratz-Delange, Eva Laxon, Audrey Kubel, Deborah DeLange, James Stead, Rita Elias, Stephen Gilbert, Sharon Zaki, Nell Barron, Oliver Holland, Bill Hughes, Ed Means, Stephanie Holland, Stan Stein, Virginia Guzman, Suzette Guzman, Marilyn Rudin, Claudia Phillips, Kenneth Phillips, Sandy Gunn, Ron Gilman, Julie Ben Simon, Eric Baldwin, Louis Rosenberg, Chris Gacci, names on the wrong list, sorry. Yeah. Other names? Thank you. Yeah.
Howard Bush, Mary Ellen DeMarco, El Na Rifana, El Na Rifana La, El Na Rifana, El Na Rifana Lo.
I'd like to offer a prayer, as we do, as we've been doing most weeks since this time, and then we'll do announcements in just a moment, for the state of Israel. Avinu Shebashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'Goalo. Avinu Shebashamayim, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of redemption. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and your truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And we say together, Amen. And I'd like to invite Jay Eisenberg back up to share a few announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
On behalf of the board, thank you for being here both in the sanctuary and online. Toda Rabah to Rabbi Kupitz for leading in our service in such an inspiring way, and to Cantor Bush for providing richness in voice and music, and to Dr. Randy Polivoy for his lovely piano piece, and to Scott Peterson who handles our technology. Also, I would like to thank Ava and Jacob and Olivia for their part tonight, and I know they're going to do a really good job tomorrow. I know they've been practicing really well. And of course, we have to thank Nicole and Jeff for doing such a marvelous job lighting the candles tonight. And raising 3 kids in the great city of Chino Hills. Also, please join us after the service tonight for an oneg, which was sponsored by the Eptikar family. I'd also like to thank our greeters, Kylie Sykes, Sharon Regato, and Judy Rose. And I'd just like to mention a couple upcoming events. You get it in the e-blast every week. It's in the Kahila. You see it online. But a couple of things that are coming up. First of all, on February 3rd is the Star of David, which was rescheduled, and it's from the Jewish Federation, their 30th anniversary. And I'd also like to invite everybody for our interfaith service that we do Sunday, February 4th. It will be at Claremont Presbyterian Church. And then on Friday, the 9th of February, they will be joining us here. So hopefully everyone can attend that. And also that Friday, the 9th, is also our Scout Shabbat. So we'll have scouts from, all over the area. Again, join us for the Oneg. Shabbat Shalom.
Lots of exciting things coming up in February. I do want to remind those who are members of WTBI, the Women of TBI, or Friends of Women of TBI. Their Tu B'Shvat Seder is this Sunday afternoon. I'm sorry. It's what I meant to say was the Tu B'Shvat Seder is moved 1 week forward to the 28th from the 21st. So if you've signed up for that, or even if you haven't, it's gonna move to 1 week. So Jay spoke about Stars of David. I appreciate that. I'm one of the stars of the.
He's a star of David.
I am one of the shining lights who will be presenting this really fun, pretty short staged musical reading. It's focused on a book by Abigail Pugrebin, who also wrote the book for the musical, that talks about, she interviewed Jews in the entertainment industry, mostly actors and actresses and writers, and I get to play Leonard Nimoy and Norman Lear, both of blessed memory, but I will bring them to life right here 2 weeks from tomorrow night.
As we move toward the end of our service, on this service, the 3rd of the month, we've been doing a different Aleinu, creative Aleinu. So I'll ask folks in a moment. I'm going to give instructions first. I'll ask folks to rise, and then as soon as the English part is done, I'm going to invite any kids to join me up on the bima and help me to open the ark, right, for the Hebrew part that's there. So everybody who's comfortably able to do so will rise.
It's up to us to call ourselves to task, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption. It's what we were free to do. And what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? Aleinu l'shabeach, it's time to live our praise. We are carrying the stories of the ones who came before. What stories will be told of us when we are here no more? We
commit ourselves to action. It brings meaning to our days. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. It's up to us to own the vision. We are an answer to a call. It's up to us to live the words we speak for the benefit of all. It's up to us to bow down deeply. There's a broken world to raise. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. I'd like to invite all the kids, not yet bar or bat mitzvah, to come on up. That includes the three of you, because, you got one last evening, so come on up, come on up. Come on, come on, come on. All right, let's open the ark. We'll face the ark. Who wants to open?
אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום
Page 194, 294. Take a moment to remember those who have been important in our lives and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. Remember the recent death of Louis Rosenberg, brother-in-law of Jack Schuster, of Barbara Sandek, sister of Arlene Andrews. We remember the recent deaths of Benjamin Jones, son of Frank and Linda, brother of Jenna Vandegrift, of Shirley Urker, of Gloria Gill, aunt of Lisa Smolin, and another death we heard about today, Stacy Lewis, who is the daughter of Jeff and Isabel of blessed memory, passed away in the funerals in Oregon. Jeff is heading up there. So let's, and then we have Yortzites, of course, on the Shabbat. We remember the anniversaries of the deaths of Selma Applebaum, Thomas F. Brasher, Dora Gold, Alex Helvey, Katie Schweidel-Katz, Faye Buffman, Solomon Buffman, Max Deutsch, Myra Diamond, Dorothy Leah Fishbein, Dorothy Langsner, Morris Schuster, Rose Blackton, Barbara Jean, Cowleen Bryan, Ruth Drotch, Jack Fine, Robert Goldman, Morris Litwack, Cynthia Projector, Mark Schaffner, Fanny Donan, Pauline Grossman, Goldie Heller, Charles Indursky, Beth Levinson, Carol Mann Horowitz, Georgina Geiger, Michael J. Katz, Helen Oliver, Sylvia Ranich, Bernice Siegel, Minnie Beckerman, Frank Brudovich, Helen Gross, Mildred Indersky, Becky Asher, Herb Goldstein, Florence Morse, and Jay Edelberg. If you're remembering somebody on the Shabbat who would like to add their name to those that I've listed, please feel free to do so as I come by your row. If you're in a time of mourning or observing a yortzeit on this Shabbat, I invite you to please rise. And I invite the rest of the congregation, if it's your custom, to rise in embrace and support of those who mourn. Kaddish is on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divrach hiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, Chayachon v'yomechon, Chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagalav v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lomei maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shmei dukudusha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. And we close with those words, may the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, for all Israel, and for all the world. We say together, Amen.
Also want to offer a word of welcome to those who may not have had a chance to attend our services before. I know we have students here from University of Auburn and maybe some others as well. And please don't hesitate to come and say hello to Rabbi, myself, or anyone else you see in here.
Oseh shalom b'imromav, Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, hu ya'aseh shalom, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom, b'imromav. Oh, say shalom, b'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu. Those of you who have joined us online, thank you so much for being with us. Shabbat Shalom. For all of you here, please join us in the social hall for Kiddush, Motzi, refreshments, and to say hello. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, we did, and I did. My thing was on.